Hello, and welcome back to the next episode in our Crusader Kings 3 Legacy of Persia campaign, playing as Shah Anushirvan Vandamidzadeh of the Karenid Shahdom. We're continuing with our goal of reforming the Parthian Empire and restoring Persia to Zoroastrian rule. And on the whole, it's going quite well. As you can see, most of Persia now, pretty much all of it, is following the Mazdayan faith, which is the main Zoroastrian denomination, and the counties which contain all of the Zoroastrian holy sites are now also following the true faith. So that's really good. We've also done a good job of shoring up our borders on the northern and eastern side of our kingdom, which is great. So we don't really have any threats to worry about from either of those directions. So it's really just the western front that we need to focus on, the Arabian Empire over here. And as you can see, to really reform the Persian Empire, there's still some more territory we need, although we can do it via a decision in the struggle mechanic, and that's how we'll do it eventually. But we have suffered a fairly minor but rather peculiar setback, which has come in the form of our uncle successfully pressing his claim on the Arabian Empire. Now, I don't know exactly how he got a claim on the Arabian Empire. I can't quite remember, but anyway, he did. And for some reason, somehow, he was actually able to do it. And he became the Emperor of Arabia. So as you can see, the Arabian Empire now, all the provinces, all the counties are of the Ash'ari faith, which is one of the main Muslim denominations. But it's got this cross-hatching there, which indicates that the ruler of the realm, the top liege, is of a different faith to the faith in the county. So as you can see, top liege's faith is Mazdayasna, but the county faith is Ash'arism. So that's interesting. I'm sure there'll be a lot of revolts. A lot of the vassals will still be Muslim, so they won't be happy about being ruled by a Zoroastrian. But yeah, not entirely sure how he managed to get a claim, nor how he managed to successfully win the war to press that claim. But he did. I think it took him a while. If I'd paid closer attention, maybe I would have noticed, but I'm pretty sure I was looking at the wars that the previous Emperor of Arabia was in, and there was one that was around like 70-80% war score, negative war score for quite a while there, and I presume that would have been our uncle's war. I should have looked more closely, because I thought it was just maybe for some territory, but no, it was for the whole kit and caboodle. But anyway, the unfortunate outcome for us of all of that, ordinarily it's a good thing to spread your dynasty, but in this case, because we're only a king, we're not yet an emperor, and because our uncle was the Duke of Azerbaijan, when he became the Emperor of Arabia, he ended up taking all of that territory with him, because he couldn't be our vassal, because we're not an emperor, we're only a king. And even if we were an emperor, he's becoming an emperor himself, which is an equal title, so he couldn't be our vassal. So he ended up taking the territory that he held with him, which sucks for us. And then, of course, our uncle very unfortunately died. So this is our uncle, Jahanshah Longshanks of the Arabian Empire. He was infirm, so no surprise that he died. But anyway, he died of old age at the age of 61, which isn't that old, but I guess for these times it's fairly old. And that unfortunately meant that his son inherited his title of the Arabic Empire. And of course, his son was also a duke within our kingdom. He was the Duke of Ray. Or maybe it was the Duke of Daylam. I can't remember. But anyway, I think he was the Duke of Ray. And he ended up taking this territory and that one county within the Duchy of Daylam along with him as well, so we lost even more territory. And then he died under mysterious circumstances, so he was presumably murdered by someone, which isn't, not all that surprising given he was a lunatic and a drunkard, and that he was, the emperor of a bunch of Muslim vassals who weren't too happy with the change in leadership. But anyway, he died, and now his daughter, his only daughter, has taken over as the empress. But she is a disfigured leper, so although she's 16 years old, it's very unlikely that she will last very long at all. I'm sure she will either die before too long, or she will get deposed as a consequence of losing this war. So this is a war that all of the Islamic vassals started against her grandfather, our uncle, and they're almost about to win it. They're at 92% war score in their favor. And when they do win it, Banabshan Banaz, which is our, what is she? Our niece, our cousin. I don't know what her relation is to us, but anyway, she's of our dynasty. She will get deposed, and the autonomous vassals law will be implemented. So that's the lowest level of crown authority possible. I don't think that's going to be sufficient to prevent the Islamic vassals from rebelling against the next leader, because a deposition, all that does is it results, well, a ruler being deposed, sorry, all that does is it results in the next ruler in the line of succession taking over, which will be Shahzada Khordadad Jahan Shahzadeh of the Arabian Empire. So he is the current Duke of Ray. I guess he inherited it. I don't know how he inherited it. I guess he inherited it from his dad, our uncle. Not too sure. Anyway, but he inherited that. And he will become the emperor, which is good in the sense that it means we won't lose any more territory. But bad in the sense that we've lost all this territory and we wanted to, we need to get it back because it's part of our de jure empire. And it also thwarts my plans a little bit because I was planning to do a holy war against the Arabic Empire for the Kingdom of Mesopotamia. And then once that was done, I was going to end the Iranian intermezzo struggle using the Iranian resurgence decision. And I thought, that would have been cool. Now, we can't do it at the moment because we don't have high enough fame, but we'll get there, in due course. So I'm not worried about that. But that was how I was going to do it. It would have been a nice, cool way to end things, but, life is what happens when you're making other plans, so we'll have to adjust and adapt and overcome. But that's all right. We can do that. There is a solution. Although we can't declare a holy war against the Arabian Empire because the top liege is of the same faith as us, so we can't do a holy war for any of the duchies, any of the counties, or indeed any of the kingdoms like the Kingdom of Mesopotamia. So that plan is completely shot, at least as long as the Arabic Empire is ruled by a Zoroastrian. But what we can do is, there's the regular, conquered duchy, casus belli, conquered county, but that's, small potatoes that won't result in big enough gains fast enough. There's some claims we can press, but none of them are worthwhile. There's this unify the house casus belli, where all the vassals that are of our dynasty, or of our house, I should say, will become our vassals if we win. That would be worthwhile if there were a lot of vassals of our dynasty around, but there's only one, so it's not worth it. But there is a solution, thankfully. We have the subjugate casus belli. And although we need to be a little more famous to use it, we need to be level 4 fame, which we're aiming for anyway in order to end the Iranian intermezzo. But this one will result in us taking Banabshan Banaz's primary title, making her our vassal, which is fine. In other words, we will get the Arabian Empire and become an emperor. We'll get all of this territory, including the territory we lost, and pretty much take over the entire place. So, that seems like the best course of action. We can't declare it at the moment, but once we do, it should be a pretty easy win. We seriously outnumber her in terms of troops. We can probably get some more allies as well to make it even more of a layup. But anyway, I think that's the way to go, and that'll rectify the situation. And then we can end the Iranian intermezzo and form the Persian Empire and destroy the Arabian Empire. So we'll see what we do about that. But anyway, that's that. So what is next? I think, well, first things first, we probably want to get rid of you as a concubine because you're a cheating fornicator. So we are going to dismiss you as a concubine. We're going to abandon our scheme to seduce you. And we want to get some more concubines because we'll suffer a slight prestige penalty if we don't have enough. Yeah, right now we're getting minus 0.1 because we're under the concubine limit. So let's find some more concubines. We're looking for adult women who are unmarried, who are not in prison, and who are heterosexual. And we want I don't care if they're of our dynasty. Alright, and let's sort by age. We want to find ones with good traits who will join our court. They might need a bribe. Strong congenital? I think it is, but you can get it other ways too. So let's not worry about that. We want like genius, we want beautiful, hail, robust. Anything level 2 or above, so intelligent. Oh, she's already out. She's our other concubine. Forgot about that. Pretty, pretty's level 2, I think. Because comely's level 1, pretty's level 2. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. So, pin her. Who else do we have? We've got quick, hail. Obviously, don't want anyone with bad traits. We'll try to avoid lusty. I thought I was sorting by age. Oh, right. I'm only looking in top realm. I need to look in all realms. That was only looking in in the Karenid Chardom, but I need to look everywhere. And let's make it. They don't have to be Zoroastrian. I want them to be inside diplomatic range, though. And that'll get rid of a lot of the Catholics who will never join anyway. Alright, that's better. Let's have a look now. Saida. Oh, maybe that's how our uncle ended up getting the claim. I do remember marrying some of my dynasty members to members of the Abbasid house at some point, so maybe that's how they got it. Here we go. Robust is quite good. Callous, brave, greedy. That's fine. What else do we have? She's intelligent, but she's somehow disfigured. I presume a botched surgery of some description. Alright, what else do we have? We've got Theophano, who probably won't join due to being Greek Orthodox. Leontia Antiochetes. Right, interesting. Consecrated blood. Eupraxia presumably won't join. I'll pin you anyway. She's level 3 in the relevant trait, so she'd be good. Quick. Right, strong, hail. Won't worry about hail, I think. Want robust. Hail's level 1. She's scarred, greedy, content, brave. Alright. Another way to do it is to sort by sum of all skills, but you often get individuals who are quite old when you do that. Here we go. We've got robust. Katarine. We've got intelligent here, but she is lustful. We've got robust here. She's vengeful, arrogant, and gluttonous. Robust and strong, but barren. Oh, that's a shame. If she wasn't barren, that would be a good concubine. We've got Chira, who is beautiful. That's a good choice. Diligent, temperate, arrogant. Alright, I think that's probably good enough. We're starting to get into the mid-20s or so, which is a little bit, well, it's not old, but I think we've got a decent enough crew assembled there. Yeah. Beautiful administrative courtier, forest fighter. She's not bad, but she's Greek, so it doesn't look like I can't even invite her, so won't worry about that then. Let's just do a quick scan for any geniuses. So I can probably search by genius, can't I? Genius. Yes. We've got... Oh, they're all old. Okay, cool. what about... Beautiful. I think I got all those ones. And Amazonian. Herculean. 27. Nassaran. She's got 3 children. Honest, impatient, sadistic. I think I'll leave it. Alright. You won't join court. Let's just invite the ones who will join. You will not join no matter what I do, so unpin you. Same with you. You'll join, so we'll invite you. You're robust, craven, deceitful, and stubborn. I'll invite you as well. I'll invite you. And you won't join. Why not? You will if I send you a small gift. Let's invite you. Do I want Imitil? It's robust. I think we have enough from the others. And you won't join without a gift as well. I'll leave it. Alright, I think that's enough. Unpin those. Great, okay. So that's sorted. Once they join, I will convert them and concubine them. So we'll concubine you and demand your conversion. And I want to concubine you, or maybe we'll concubine you and demand your conversion. And I'm just generally going to demand your conversion, and likewise with you as well. Alright, whether they accept or not is up to them. So that deals with the concubine issue. We're now no longer suffering a prestige penalty from that. Next up is we actually need to figure out a way to increase our prestige quite substantially in a reasonably short amount of time. So the best way to do that is to... where is it? Activities. Go on feast. Not feast, sorry. Oh, well, actually, feasts do give you prestige, I think. But not as much as hunts. So, feasts, hunts, grand tours, and grand tournaments. That's the 4 best ways to increase our prestige. We can actually join this grand tournament, but we might not arrive in time. We have to go... Oh, it's quite a ways away. All the way up there. Won't arrive in time. Start date, yeah, we'll be like a year late. Even if we have mercenary guards, yeah. Alright, let's forget about that. We'll have to host our own, I guess. Okay, well that's fine, we can do that. But we need to get more money in order to do that, unfortunately. So, I think the best thing to probably do as the next step would be a grand tour. We can host a taxation grand tour. But we need money to even do that as well. So, let's drop our royal court amenities down to nothing. Which will save on a hell of a lot of money. Great. So now making 18 gold a turn. Let's also fix up our tax jurisdictions. I'm going to remove all the taxpayers from you. Remove all the taxpayers from you. And I'm going to put Mozaffar in charge, because he's better. And let's start taxing. They're sorted by taxable income, so that's fine. Okay, so that's maximum amount of vassals there. And then the next bunch of vassals. Oops. Alright, that's all of them. That's all the taxpayers, and you're the best, aren't you? Oh, actually, you're slightly better. Alright, well that's okay. We'll just swap it around. Remove them from there. Move them from there. And we'll put them like this. Okay. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. And there's no better tax collectors, are there? There's some, like, slightly better ones. But nothing too significant. Alright. Cool. So we're now making 20.9 gold a turn, which is very, very good. Can station these men-at-arms. I don't know why I didn't have them stationed. Oh yeah, that's right, I kept losing territory. That's okay. Just station them anywhere. Doesn't really matter. Cool, alright. Ask our head of faith for claims, not worried about that. Not worried about creating any titles. This needs a worthy successor. Oh, okay. Can't appoint him because he's not a knight. Because I've got much better knights. That's alright. Alright. I guess we just wait for money now. And I suppose we can... oh, we can actually declare war on you for... that county. Inspired person can be sponsored. What do we have? Very competent master. No, not interested unless they're legendary. And we need to save money anyway. I think maybe we won't go to war. They've all agreed to convert. Very good. Just because if we go to war and raise troops, we will not be earning as much money. I would like to get that last territory though. Activity available grand tournament. Oh, that means I can host one. I'm not interested right now in hosting my own. So we're gonna need like 1,000 gold, I think, in order to go on a massive grand tour. Oh, there you go. The title of the Iranian Empire is now held by Shahanshah Khordadad, so I guess the rebel faction there enforced its war goal. Balance of power. My vassal satrap Koya has come to me with a complaint. Your family members have too much power in the Karenid Shardom. No matter how hard vassals such as myself work, we will never even come close to them. I implore you to remedy this injustice. After all, even the appearance of nepotism can breed resentment among your vassals. I hear your concerns and will take them under advisement. You talk your way out of taking any meaningful action while still putting Koya's mind at ease. Yeah, that seems like the best thing to do. Because I don't care that it's a lot of people in my house. That's the way I like it. Cool. Our concubine is pregnant. Very good. My son. Born to Muzda. Ah, yes. That's fine. We have an empty council position. We need a new steward. Oh, you're very good. I'll convert you and then you won't hate me so much. I mean, you won't like that I've forced you to convert, but still. You're too good a steward to let go to waste. Can lawfully imprison my cousin. I'll gain stress because I'm forgiving. His family will lose opinion of me. I think we'll leave that and get rid of that message. France looking pretty big over there, but needs to shore up its borders a little bit. Germany is a mess. Anyway. This guy wants to join. He's not very good, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. I hope he doesn't die. The Shahzada of the Arabian Empire, because I'll lose more land if if he does. Greetings, my benevolent liege. I would like to discuss your place as head of House Karenid. I believe it is time for a change. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the status quo suits me fine. What's going on in the royal court? Of an event, aristocratic pretensions. 3 of my courtiers are overtly discussing my great number of titles within deliberate earshot, loudly lamenting how taxing it must be for the Shah to manage so many estates himself. They are thick as thieves, haughty Mazyar, the privileged Daisamid, lethargic Navid, just happy to be involved, ruinous Abolhassan, as the guards call him, and blindingly absent a shred of humility. Over the din of courtiers gossiping, I clearly make out the words Marsbanet and Mazandaran in what I am certain was Mazyar's simpering tone. The shameless trio turn to look my way, and I catch them with a glare. So I can give him Mazandaran, or give it to Nawid, or give it to Abolhassan, or give it to the strongest. Or get them to convince me. Nah, what are you looking at? I'm keeping it. You're not getting anything. Why would I give you anything? I can also hold court. We may as well do that. Let's hold court. Exhibiting Shah Anushirvan's collection, my courtier Myrmidon approaches me with a spring in his step. My liege, he says, full of excitement, I have a great idea that can bring you either money or fame. You have amassed quite the collection of artifacts, my lord, so why not put them on display? You could charge for viewing your collection, or for free, so that more people will view it. He clears his throat before continuing. People do have a tendency to want the things they see, so the downside might be that more people will try to claim your artifacts. Hostile artifact schemes will become more common. Monthly income plus 3%. Or monthly prestige plus 10%. So that would be... extra of 1 prestige, roughly, per month. It's not worth inviting the risks. I don't really want people to steal my artifacts. Hostile artifact schemes will become more common. Let's just see what happens. Hold court, indirect espionage. My guest Pranayata approaches my throne with a smirk on her face and bows deeply. Greetings, Your Majesty. During my recent trip to the High Chiefdom of Mugudzar Hills, I learned some fascinating tidbits about several of High Chieftain Etrek's subjects. I would be happy to share these with you for a price. No, I don't care about that. A rumourmonger. Begone, rumourmonger. My court has no place for the likes of you. Yeah. A child with 2 mothers. An unusual case has reached my court. 2 women claim that a baby boy is theirs. None of the villagers can stand as witnesses, saying that it's as if the child appeared out of thin air. No one knew that the women were expecting or adopting. Nothing. The mystery has captivated the people, and while we may never know how this all happened, I must resolve this conundrum. What decision should I make for the future of this child? Yazdegerd. Can adopt him. Every feudal vassal will lose 40 opinion of me. Every opposite sex will lose 80 opinion of me. Furazan will be considered the mother. The youngest woman, as she has more of her life to raise the child. She's 23. How old's Furazan? 32, so it's not really a big difference. I'd rather have the opinion with Satrap Kurin than Argbad Paduspan. So I'll just give it to the older one. Cool, that is the holding court thing done. And court grandeur is level 9. It'll go down though, because we're we're not investing into the amenities at all. Let's go with Vandad, that's fine. He's a sickly young lad. Let's make him good at intrigue. We'll give him someone who's good at intrigue, hopefully. Not many people are good at intrigue. Anyway, we have a new martial perk. We can get... Never back down. Engineered for destruction, organized march, Parthian tactics. Let's grab organized march. Next one we'll get engineered for destruction, and then maybe Parthian tactics after that. Metalsmith inspiration, no. Ah, okay. Our accolade is a different knight leading it now. Yes, pay homage to me, that's fine. Some grandeur and renown. And yeah, that can become a wedding, that's fine. As in they can get married. Get an alliance from that. Can pardon my cousin. Might be worth doing to lose stress if we need it. Alright. So what's going on in the Arabian Empire here? You're fighting some wars against some conquest wars, Armenian rebels, Liberty War. Okay. Interesting. A shady discussion. I'm passing through the castle gardens for a morning walk when a soft breeze carries the voices of Farhad and Vardan Shah to my ear. The two courtiers are talking to each other in a secluded spot nearby, frequently glancing around to make sure nobody is listening. While it is hard for me to make out most of their words from a distance, it is clear that their discussion relates to Satrap Hormazd. Can try to get closer. I torture the information out of them. I'll gain stress because I'm forgiving. Or I could try to get closer. Not really in my nature to do that. Oh, these are my tax collector. Okay. And Farhad is just some dude. Sure, it's nothing. I'm quite happy with my tax collector. I don't want him to disappear. Alright. So we're going to need quite a lot of money to go on a grand taxation tour. So we can host a magnificent tour and pay a visit to our vassals in their lands. Each stop will have a 2 months duration. Yeah, tour success, we get prestige, yada yada yada. Okay, that's all good. That is all good. And we'll go on the taxation tour. Majesty will give you more prestige, but we'll get enough prestige from the taxation tour, to be honest. So I think, and the gold obviously is fantastic, so we'll do that. And if we have a look here, I'll just pick a number of vassals to visit. You can see it's going to cost us 650, but that's before we bump up the entourage and luxuries 1,000, and it could potentially be more than that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Undisciplined recruits. Today I am observing Shahzada Shapur as he trains some of his new levies, but the recruits under his command resemble a disorganized mob more than an army. I look on as he struggles to gain control of the situation, clearly pushed to his limits. While it's never easy to train new soldiers, he seriously needs to do better than this. So I can teach him what I know. Yeah, I'll teach him what I know. He may or may not listen. Okay, he rejected my advice. Very disappointing. Very disappointing, but what can you do? Court grandeur is decreased, not a surprise. We could go for that last. Maybe we should go for that last county there. Yeah, let's just do it. We'll just take that last county and like get rid of that off the map there. And we'll move our, I don't know where our rally point is, but we'll just move it to down here. I can request them. Despite that, it's going to cost me piety. Raise my men-at-arms. Is that... surely that's not all my men-at-arms, is it? No, I guess it is. Do I need more than that? I don't think I need more than that. I could raise some levies if I wanted to, but I want to keep the money rolling in. Ah, damn, lost our court position. We'll have to replace him. Lunatic, maybe not. We'll put you in charge. He's good. Not excellent, but good. Good might be good enough. Vimala's first words. Hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse Roxana rushes me into my daughter's chambers. Roxana points at Vimala in excitement, so I lean towards her and listen. Vimala offers me a drooly coin and says, gold. Very good. How delightful. Alright, let's see if maybe we can just win this via siege. Actually, who's leading that army? Okay, you are a siege engineer. Golden Child. One morning, as I am getting ready to face the day, my daughter Layla approaches me. Father, we found this while exploring in the northern tower yesterday. You should have it. She hands over a small tattered coin pouch. Makes a jingling sound. Nice. That's good. We've been invited to go on a hunt. Satrap Kaikobad's hunt. We should do that. Let's go. Do we need a desert warrior? We don't. Very good. Okay. Let's join. And we want to try and slay the beast. For prestige. Tomb Raiders. Turning a bend on the path, we come across a group of people covered in dust, emerging from what must once have been an impressive tomb. They hoist burlap sacks that jingle and jangle, weighed down by the trinkets they have dug out of the ancient building. Times are hard, dear Shah. Our families must be fed, and we are not doing harm to anyone among the living. Their leader looks up at us with some trepidation. He clearly realizes this does not look good for them. Punish the destitute. Shah deserves his cut. Yeah, let's try and take a cut, I think. Forgave the desperate. Yeah. Got some valuable baubles. Okay, that's fine. 75 gold. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, yada yada yada, building the camp. Okay, that's all good. How's this siege going? Cool, we are now illustrious. One more level, we can use that subjugate Casus Belli against, what happened to our... Alright, let's go fight them. I seized Tabari House Banner after the siege of the Bull. Okay. We took some prisoners as well. Can't ransom any of them, can I? See, oh, he's in debt. So that's a no. I can destroy that artifact though, which I'll do because it's useless to me. Alright, all court artifacts. There we go. Yeah, because I am not a member of the Habari house, so... Whoop. Good prospects. We're going to seek the antelope, okay? My party and I stalk through a copse, eyes peeled for any sign of an antelope. From the canopy above, a soft twittering spills forth, growing louder as we advance. It is a nestling screeching for its mother. An agile huntsman brings down a fluffy eyas, an unfledged raptor chick, from the oak. What luck! Only young birds caught in the wild can be properly trained to hunt. Yep, I will take that, I think. And okay, we're going to try corner it with spears. The exhausted, panicked animal has turned to bay, struggling to stand and snorting in panic. Satrap Kaikabad hefts his spear and cautiously moves towards the exhausted animal. He calls off the hunters. That's enough. Come, let us leave the wretched beast in peace. What? What a pointless outcome. Yep. Everything that could go wrong seemed to do so, but there were silver linings to be found. There is nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Marzaban Toktamus, the master of the hunt, directs the breaking up, carefully skinning the... Well, I didn't think we killed it, but anyway. We place the eager dog's share of the spoils on the stretched hide before departing for camp and home. So I lose stress, gain prestige, gain hunter trait experience. Okay. Alright, well, it wasn't a complete waste of time then. Do we have a better commander for this? Okay, we can go back inside. Alright, that should win us the war. Very good. Fantastic. Okay. An odd smell. Okay, what's going on here? Waking up in the morning beside my concubine Satyavai, I sigh and stretch out languidly, only to catch a glimpse of my beloved wrinkling her nose. I open my mouth to inquire further, only to have Satyavai recoil even further. Listen, Anushavan, my love, she starts quickly, as if the words were tumbling out of her mouth by accident. This is difficult to bring up, but you've not been smelling particularly fresh recently. Dumbfounded, I give my armpit an inquisitive sniff. Well, perhaps she has a point. Gain whiffy for 10 years. Gain 93 stress. Nah, it's not that bad. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not that bad. Alright, let's hand this out to... I'll just give it to a Dalamite noble. And it's in the Zabulistan Duchy, which is held by you. So I will grant you that vassal. And I will ransom you. And that's all. Cool. Alright. That cleans up our borders even more. Very good. Pay ransom. Yes, I accept. Okay, we've almost got enough money now, I think, to start our grand tour. Get rid of all those. Probably wait until we have around 1200. Learning on the job, it would appear that my courtier Varden Shah has been performing exceptionally well lately, and so an opportunity has presented itself, allowing me to greatly guide and influence his work for the foreseeable future. Perhaps this is an opportunity for him to further enhance his skills. So I can get him to attend to the needs of the people, devote his time to scholarly studies. Every taxpayer will lose opinion of me, or speak favorably of me as you travel. No, yeah, devote your time to scholarly studies. I don't know what has a bigger impact on taxation. Is there a way I can check? Good aptitude. Diplomacy, learning has the most impact. By far. That's good to know. Or is that just because he's got very high learning? It could be that. Okay, so learning is a 2, yeah, it's a 2 to 1 impact. Intrigue is 1 to 1, stewardship is 1 to 1, interesting. Martial is 1 to 1, and diplomacy is 1 to 1. So learning is by far and away the best stat for the taxmen. So yeah, devote your time to scholarly studies. Hasn't improved his aptitude that much, but it's something. We get another martial perk. We'll go for... Let's go for hit and run this time, actually. And let's change our lifestyle, because we've already got... Oops, we've already got... yeah, we've already got a bunch of military traits there. Yes, you've come to pay your respects. What a shambles. Yeah. Homage mortified. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Satrap Baduspan, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the Shardom. As Satrap Baduspan stands, he stumbles awkwardly. The court gasps in unison as he falls, ending sprawled at my feet, cheeks flushed with embarrassment. What a shambles. What a shambles. It will change to the chivalry focus. Because why not? And you want to pay a ransom, that's fine. Happy to have you pay that. I think we've got enough now to start our grand tour, so let's do that. So we'll go on a taxation tour. Some events will allow... Oh, actually, before we do that, let's change our wife. Managed domain is only +1, not worth changing her to that. All right. Grand tour. Taxation. Taking these earns gold, both when departing from a stop and at the end of your grand tour. This grand tour is an opportunity to remind my vassals that I am owed tax and obligation, and to root out any and all tax avoidance within my realm. So, you give 68, you give 38, you give 68. 68, he's not giving much. 98. 98. 38. 68. Alright, let's get rid of you. I'll get rid of you. None of them are giving very much. Guess they don't have all that much cash. Let's try go maybe around this way. Yeah, 98, 68. Okay, this is looking a bit better. 38, not worth visiting you. Not worth visiting you. Don't want to visit you actually, because you're not a satrap. Yeah, okay, that... I think it's because it's predicting that by the time I get to him, he'll have more money. Alright, that's fine. We're going all the way around the country. Oh, that's a lot of danger. We need to hire probably mercenary guards and desert warriors to get rid of most of that. Intention... Seek to distribute justice. Popular opinion, piety. Lechery. Recreation. I guess justice is fine. Justice is good. And we want to take every available courtier, because it'll increase our prestige gain. My tour is an opportunity to show just how grand and magnificent I am. And what better way to do that than to show every member of my enviable court. And we'll take an excessive amount of furniture with us, which increases the starting success of our tour and our prestige gain. Practically every artifact and piece of furniture you own will be brought along on this tour to demonstrate your tremendous wealth. So we start our grand tour, and oh, that's fine. I probably should have changed some of these, but anyway, that's alright. Okay, Grand Tour, a lucrative start. The time has come to depart for my Grand Tour of Khorasan. My court is packed, ready and raring to go. Our first stop will be my cousin, Satrap Karin's castle over in Sarakamish. I look forward to helping the people contribute to the nation's wealth by any means. The Karenid Chardam subjects should certainly not have any surplus hidden from the crown after this tour has concluded. So I instantly get 700 prestige, which is good. And our taxation to success starts out at level 1. Inspired person. Master. Okay, but not legendary. Write to me when you're legendary. This guy again wants to join. Not gonna happen. Artifacts have low durability. Okay, I'll need to repair some of these. Am I using that trinket? I don't know if I am. I am using it. Okay, let's... Oops. Let's repair that. Geez, so expensive to repair, and we'll repair this one when I can afford it. Cultural Festival in Sarakamish. Very good. The streets of Sarakamish are richly decorated for my arrival, and my vassal Satrap Karin dutifully awaits me. Ah, how I yearn to delight myself in the great activities and joys that I'm sure Karin has prepared, and to lighten their bags from the weight of their gold. Let's start. And let's repair... Cannot reforge artifacts. Can I not repair it? Ah, I'm missing 91 to do that, but I need antiquarian. Do I not have an antiquarian? Oh, I thought I did. Eesh, don't have anyone good. Search for tax collectors. Recruit a mountain specialist. Maybe that will get us a better antiquarian. No. Alright, I'll put my daughter in charge of it, I guess. Alright, that's all fine. Wait, what's that court artificer? Ah, yes, okay. Alright, that's all fine. A miraculous deal. As I promenade around the festival, I notice a hooded figure selling flasks whose liquid cannot be told. Come and buy my medicines, my lord, for they work miracles and balance the humours of even the weakest man. As I look at the flaskets, I observe that one of them shines vermilion, as if it was made of the finest cinnabar. The other is bright green, as if someone had soaked copper plates in fresh wine. I shall take the red flask. Weakened prowess. I gained miraculous tonic. That's unfortunate. Argbad Touraj invites me to join a cultural parade. He assures me that Satrap Karin watched over the preparations to give me the best parade the Marsbinate of Sarakamish could offer. As he speaks, a couple of locals display some kind of handcrafts. It's nothing I've seen before. I'm quite disappointed, to be honest. So, holding taxes and popular opinion. No, I could learn a thing or two, sure. Seems like a better bonus there. Grand Tour, a capital artifact. Even with all the effort that has clearly been put into the festival, I can still notice some abandoned houses and poor materials in Sarikamish. When I approach the main square, I see that Satrap Karin has been surrounded by a group of kids, eagerly asking about our entourage. They immediately hide the moment they see me. I've brought this from the capital, if anyone cares to see, I say, as I show Karen the diamond studs I brought with me. Magnificent, he says, as the kids come back to see it. So I can let him keep it. No, careful with those hands. Not giving you nothing. I cannot believe my eyes as Jahira starts gesturing towards Satrap Karin, what is considered highly offensive in Dalamite culture. He shouts and calls Jahira explicit names while his men hold him back. It seems like he's not going to calm down on his own. I have to do something to ease the tension. Berate her publicly. No, let's try. It's just a misunderstanding. Okay, I convinced him. Very good. I've concluded my royal visitation of Sarikamish, and now my procession prepares to depart. Satrap Karin of Uzboy and his court have all lined up neatly to see me part, and with everyone present it is time to collect tribute for bestowing him with my presence. Yep. Pay up. Okay, he gave in and paid us. Very good. The truth of it, we approach a hamlet where a forlorn woman stands shackled on a gallows, a throng gathering at its foot. Shah, it's the Shah, a peasant stumbles through the crowd crying. Please, my wife is innocent. These fiends put their sins at others' feet. They pull him away, wailing. No, Roxana, as he is dragged down the street. The official bows sheepishly. Sorry, my lord, ignore him. The woman is guilty. Don't worry about that. Okay. I am here to pardon her and him. So I can get a strong hook on them, but they're pretty useless. Can carry on. I gain dread. She dies. I'd like to hear the charges. This character will stop at nothing to find the truth and deliver justice. Yeah. What are the charges? I glean some wisdom. Cool. My intrigue goes up. Now, level 3 intrigue. This is still pretty terrible. Touring the grounds of Khwarazm. My arrival at Khwaram Shah Zartosht's castle in Gurganj is marked with fanfare befitting the Shah of the realm, and the presence of my coffer wagon and tax collectors quickly noted. A chance to see my cousin, and whether his situation lives up to the nobility of House Karenid. Zartosht outlines the planned tour, and assures me Khwarazm is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. Cool. Lose stress. Taxable extras. Arg of Gurganj seems like a truly opulent and excessive place, with a bloated Khwaram Shah as its ruler. Everywhere I look, I see signs which all point to one thing: undeclared taxable amenities. The livestock count seems much higher than reported. The Khwaram Shah's abode seems almost luxurious enough to be for a Shah. Hazarasp suggests that I should tax this excess, since Khwaram Shah Zartosht has clearly not been paying his dues. Yep, agreed. Tax him. Tax him! He paid the tax, very good. During the tour of Gurganj, I am locked in conversation with my cousin about Orman's divine plan for humanity when he's interrupted by one of his courtiers. Although the lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Zartosh strangely did not chastise him, and allowed him to speak directly to me. Though what he has to say is quite interesting, this break of social etiquette has caught me quite off guard. No, I will listen, and I will gain noble tutoring for 5 years. Very good. are these wars here? Shahanshah Khordadad lost against Count the conquest of the Marsbinate of Muscat. Okay. And he won in that war. Okay. Alright. A memento. I at last managed to find myself alone in the wilds of the Arg of Gurganj, and my mind wanders to thoughts of my concubine Satyavai. I cannot deny that the Arg of Gurganj is a place of true beauty, almost beautiful enough to match my beloved Satyavai. I feel compelled to leave a mark here, so all who pass through Gurganj will know my love for her. Perhaps carving her name into a rock or a stone or something, or a tree maybe. So, gets noble carving. A high-ranking noble has left their mark on this region, making the locals feel recognized. No, this place is perfect as it is. No, it shall be done. I'm happily making my carving in the rock when I hear a sudden gasp come from beside me. My cousin Zartosh appears absolutely horrified as he beholds my handiwork, and soon approaches me to explain. My lord, I have no doubt that you are unaware that this rock is considered a sacred object to the locals of Gurganj. The peasantry and clergy of Gurganj will curse your name for eternity for your desecration. Why is a rock never just a rock? Okay. That's a shame. Farhan's lover secret, alright. I've concluded my visitation, and now my procession prepares to depart. Time to collect the tribute. Pay up. Okay, cool, he gave in as well, very good. My ride through the grounds of Gurganj is brought to a sudden jolting halt as I feel my prized horse stumble over a rock. Though it is quick to recover, and I'm only momentarily thrown off balance, I can hear members of my procession snickering behind me. I feel a little embarrassed, but I know it really isn't the animal's fault. A Shah is meant to give off an air of untouchable regality and command the respect of all of his subjects, and this incident has thrown off my image of perfection. So I can slay the beast, and potentially he pays for it, or more likely I pay for it. No, I'll just take the stress hit. Thanks very much. Not gonna kill my horse. A feast for the falcons. Birds of prey circle overhead, casting ominous shadows on the sun-beaten landscape. As I ascend the slope of a looming hill, the stench of spoiling meat dominates my senses. I see the bodies laid out orderly on the rocks. Vultures and falcons pull at the meat. Stringy, bloody chunks dangle from their beaks. A man in simple garb oversees the sky burial. He gestures at me. Please take your leave, Shah. This place is only for Nusasalars. I hope I get to go like this. Nasu cleansed from my body. We've already hit 4 out of 4. Very good. Betrothed can marry. That won't result in an alliance, so I'm not sure why. I think they've already married. Have they? Break betrothal. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, marry her. Get an alliance out of it at least. Settling in for dinner. I receive a welcome worthy of a Shah at the gates of Shahzada Sharok's castle in Bukhara. My coffer wagon and tax collectors making the goal of my visit clear. It is good to see my son. We formally embrace, publicly marking the bonds of family. Sharok explains the planned evening banquet, promising the entertainments and victuals on offer will near the standards of my own court's dinners. He assures me that this is only the finest food he has to offer. Cool. Yeah, that's an alliance formed, very good. Okay. That's all fine. Alright. Grand tour of Bukhara in the eye of the beholder. I hardly noticed Nazgul until she was right on top of me, paying due respects to her. Now that I have, I observe her as she effortlessly moves between groups of people at the court. Her eyes are constantly awake, looking in all directions and no directions. This intrigues me. I simply must have her in my court. Oh, because she's a good spy master, I guess? No, that's silly. Caught the exchange. My Marshal Ispadost has approached me, claiming to have been given Sharok's permission to come join his court in place of my own. Letting this pass would certainly improve my standing with the satrap, but is the insult of stealing members of my court truly something I can overlook? Yeah, Ispadost is mine. And no others. Truly, the meal this evening has been a delight. I have feasted on all manner of food, savoury and sweet, but nothing has quite enamoured my appetite like these fine pomegranate cakes. No matter how many I eat, no matter how much I savour their taste, it simply isn't enough to get them out of my mind. I find myself becoming lost in them with each bite, the flavour bursting into my mouth, bringing me one step closer to experiencing paradise. Though my stomach is packed tight and my clothing is strained, I feel compelled to reach for more. So, 54% chance I lose stress and gain full of desserts. Small health boost, stress gain, reduction. I could get a stomach ache. And there's a 0% chance I could die. I'm going to assume that is, in fact, a 0% chance and not like 0.1. They're too good not to. Great. Worked out well. We gain full desserts for 5 years. It would seem Sharok has decided to put on a performance for my amusement this evening. I sit at the feast table, eagerly awaiting my entertainment, when Sharok appears dressed as my beloved Zaya. I think only of Shah and Ushavan of Karenid and all the wonderful times we have together. That does not make any sense. A heartfelt, tragic performance recreating the time my friend Zaya died of old age. I wonder, should I indulge this? Or he can become my rival. This is an insult. No, this is how wonderful. He had good intentions. Vassal taken prisoner and was then released. Okay. I've started to realize how much Shapur and I have in common and how dependable he has proven himself to be during these last few months. Sure. We can be friends. Why not? Nickname, the Proud, okay. My acquaintance, have you heard what they call you? My fellow traveller Supo says to me while rearranging his shirt. They call you Shah Anushavan the Proud. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasant and noble alike. A cause for celebration, I think, Supo exclaims with a cheery tone. I can get used to this name. Suspicious extravagance. I've been enjoying my time here, but I cannot help but notice that I have feasted in extravagance every day while I've been here. Perhaps Sharok is significantly more wealthy than I had initially imagined. If my pondering proves true, it would mean the satrap owes me far more gold than he has been paying thus far, and I could demand an extraction. Yep. Back payments must be made, he accepts. And it's also time for your tribute, of course, as well. And he gives in as well, great. We're at 1,000 gold already, not bad. The Metal Man, truly a stroll through Arbanjan is a gift from Ormazd. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by the furious grunts and clattering of armour. Hark! Get me out of this metal prison. My squire took offence at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless, and has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his armour. I could of course have someone help him, but is it truly worth it? Yeah, consider the armor gone for a price. Okay. And we've arrived at Oshrushana at Shahzada Maziar's castle. Very good. And we begin a tour of the grounds. Taxable extras, yes, tax him. And I'll listen to his noble dude there, that's fine. I'm not going to read all those events, we've already read them before. I'll only read new events. Poachers. As I and my entourage ride along, I hear murmurs echoing through the grounds. I order a boy to ride ahead, and when he returns, he informs me that there is a gang of illegal poachers just ahead of us. Though it is no concern of mine, it would doubtlessly ingratiate me with my son if I were to rid the grounds of this illegal activity. I could round up these ruffians and present their heads and hands to Maziar without much issue. Time for a hunt. Okay, he's horrified. But whatever. Gained some dread. Cleaned up the realm. Tor became more avaricious. It's a victory for me. So this will give us itinerant liege. I don't know why she's naked. Staying with vassals and having a change of scenery has been nice, but the constantly changing layouts becomes increasingly confusing. When left to my own devices, I rarely know where to look for commonplace necessities, like where I might find a midnight snack. Haphazardly bungling through Maziar's castle, I chance upon a door only to find Maziar and his satrap standing precariously close, seemingly on the brink of something intimate. Candles softly light the room, and the sweet smell of lavender fills the air. My vassal betrays a wry smile and beckons me closer. Okay, so my son and Rajkumari Bibibai of the Gopalid Kingdom, which is my son's wife. That is weird. Okay, so he wants me to sleep with his pregnant wife. No, I'll not soil my soul in such filth. A parting demand. I have concluded my royal visitation, and it's time to go. Yep, give me my tribute. Very good. That was a weird encounter. Didn't realize my son was such a weirdo. Oops. Let's just hang on for a second. Is that all you can afford? No. I'll let her go for... You know, I'm not going to let her go. No. Contact me when you've got enough money to actually pay for it. Oh, and let's repair that. Who else can we ransom? Ransom you. And ransom you. That's all I can ransom right now. As my entourage comes to a halt at the gates of Balk, the call is made for Satrap Shah of Banijarid to receive me. But after a time that is more than generous, not even a lowly servant appears to greet me. The call is made many times more, but we receive no answers save for the chirps of wild birds and the whistle of gentle winds. It's become clear that I've been turned away at the gates, and the lumbering satrap has in so doing insulted the crown. Let's just move along. The insult will not soon be forgotten. Break down the bloody gates. I'll gain 30 gold. No, let's just go with the insult will not soon be forgotten, and then we'll imprison him. So it's Satrap Shah. Yeah, we're overwhelmed by stress, but that's okay, it'll go down again. And we can imprison him. Only might succeed. Can modify his vassal contract. No point doing that. Think about that. Cancel my plans, because I'll lose stress in the course of the Grand Tour. Cool. Let's start the tour here. We have a new martial lifestyle perk as well. Get Parthian tactics this time. I've been enjoying the festivities in Gur today, but not nearly as much as my daughter Vimala. She's been dancing and spinning with the locals with a jubilation and vigour I've never seen from her before. Fully immersed in the alien traditions of the Afghan culture, she seems completely at home, and the locals seem to adore her too. Very good. How nice. The music in the main stage is promptly followed by the dancers. The beauty of their movements makes them look like part of the stage. They throw their hands into the air, and it feels like watching trees grow new branches. A gasp comes from the audience when one of the dancers starts climbing the wooden wall of the stage, and now, he says, I shall take revenge from... Ah! As the performer falls into the ground, the silence of the crowd lets everyone hear a clear crack. Well, that surely hurt. Alright, short one, but time to pay up. Gilded contribution. Look at that, I hear as I walk down the streets of Gur. My Banif Zainab is pointing at what seems to be known as Vasrai Ivana's Smith's Guild. A smile quickly appears on her face, blissful. A group of apprentices are kneeled down in front of a workbench. The master supervises the craft from the lintel of the door, arms crossed, chin up. You'll need a bit more strength for that, son. Zainab takes a step in their direction, completely mesmerized. Development progress. We should invest in merchants back home too. She can... becomes curious. Oh, go ahead, pay them a visit. Why not? Cool. Satrap Koya of Gurid has defied the authority of the crown and refused to submit to my demands. There is little I can do now, but an insult like this constitutes a crime not only against me, but the Karenid Shahdom itself. Okay. So I could imprison him, but a pretty low chance of success there. A lowly delicacy. On our way through Zamindawar, we appear to have stumbled into a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture and tongue clamor around exotic food stalls, the air thick with fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I am pulled out of my haze by the halting grasp of Mozaffar. Do not waste your palate on this slop, my lord. Sambusas are for peasants. We have much finer foods at home. No, I'm the Shah, and I want my sambusa. The food was disgusting. That's not good. A duel demanded. This fellow wants to fight me. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm probably gonna win. Very good. You want to pay 50 gold to me? Fine. And we've arrived in Zabulistan to tour the grounds. Give me my bloody money. The sound of splattering blood and cracking bones calls my attention to a lowly gutter, where I can see an impoverished woman being held up by the scruff of her collar by some local ruffian. Usually this type of thing would be below my head, but can I really allow such blatant crimes to happen right in front of my face? So I can imprison him, clearing crime, or I can defend him, peasant leader humiliated. Let's do that. A good Shah defends his subjects. Riding through the grounds, I am suddenly stopped in the middle of the road by my host, Satrap Sahin of Zabulistan. It appears that he has managed to capture my rival Vahab, and has him saddled up like a horse, ready for me to mount and ride through the countryside. Though an excellent opportunity to show my inherent superiority, am I really going to stoop so low? Even Vahab does not deserve this humiliation. Or of course I am. Well, I'm inclined to go with this option, but that'll cause more stress than this option, so I'm pretty sure my character probably would ride him, so that's what we're going to do. As I am taken to see all the sights of Jaldak, I'm beginning to notice the absolute opulence of it all. Though merely a satrap, Sahin lives in relative luxury and clearly has more than enough coin to go around. Looking at the sheer number of windows in his abode, I could introduce a window tax and bleed the satrap of his excess. Yep, a window tax it is. He refused the tax. Cheeky bastard. Sahin has decided today to show me his barracks. A sea of shimmering armor stands before me, each soldier seemingly unfazed by the weight of on their bodies. These are fine soldiers, but it seems a waste to have them idle all day. They could stamp out crime. Perhaps they could be managed more efficiently. use soldiers like these. Heavy infantry innovations for 25 years. Let's see if we can manage them more efficiently. Okay, the advice didn't work. That's a shame. Alright, time for your tribute. Okay, he gave in there, which still doesn't save you from potentially being arrested. Only a 2% chance of success, though. Betrothed can marry. Oh, she's no longer my antiquarian. That's okay, I suppose. I'll put someone else in place. Ah, my wife died. I'll have to get married. To address the Shah, as my tour continues to progress across the Mazbin of Panjgur countryside, I'm informed that I have made arrangements to meet with a representative of the disgruntled peasantry. A pitiable creature grovels before me, arguing about the alleged dignity of the Panjgur common folk. However, it soon comes to my attention that the reclusive wench has never once addressed me as my Shah, a crime which may be punished in any way I see fit. Have her whipped. Forgive her ignorance. Yeah, fine, forgive her ignorance. Danger, this is fine. Yeah, let's let him rest and recover. We have a spot for a marshal. And we need a wife. I guess we should marry you. Given she's my lover anyway. O Banafshan Satyavai, my spring blossom, to think that I can embrace you openly now, with the blessing of both Ardvaso Anahid and the people around us. I am the happiest man alive. Great. And now we need a concubine. We'll take her. And we've arrived for the festival here. Faked interest in festival. Yeah, I must stay awake for the festival. I'm approached by Satrap Sadri holding worn language manual. My liege, I'm honoured to have you here. Please accept this gift as a commemoration of this cultural festival, something that would remind us of this day for years to come. I appreciate that he thought of this, however he looks at me with anticipation. I believe he expects me to give something back. Useless item, maybe I could sell it for scraps. Yeah, it is pretty useless. And I'll order the Dalamite Court Politics as a gift. Prestige. No gift for you. I'm honoured by the gift, however, since I have to give something back, I better think of something appropriate so I don't look like a fool. I could order someone to fetch me the Dalamite Court Politics. I also have a memory of Amira Amaran Asa just laying around. It would make a great, more personal gift. Although just a simple sack of coins as a gift is always a safe option, right? Yeah, how about no gift? The gift he gave me was rubbish anyway. You want to pay 86. No. Let me know when you got 100. The King of Beauty and Noblesse. The streets of Panjgur hang with roses and banners, every person in the village merrily celebrating my arrival. I could even swear that they don't take their eyes off me. When I approach the main stage, I find Satrap Sadri holding a flower crown in his hands, smiling at me. Here he is, he announces, our King of Beauty and Noblesse. You gain the nickname King of Beauty and Noblesse. I've already got the proud, but okay. Physical admiration. Okay, concubine's pregnant. Your subjects are notoriously effusive in their praise of you. I've concluded my royal visitation. Time for tribute. He's declined. How dare he? We've discovered city planning. We can pick a new one. This one will have a 100% chance. Good, so that's succeeded. And now I can ransom him. I'll just do that immediately. We arrive in a small village in Rassak to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak, hopeless look in his eyes fades and brightens as he notices my procession's approach. My Shah, these villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the Shah's justice? True, the evidence seems circumstantial, but a lonely peasant should never speak to their Shah unprompted. The execution is just. The evidence is frivolous, let him go. Serving me will be his punishment. Oh, he's not any good. Yeah, the evidence is frivolous, let him go. I'm assuming it is. A quarrelsome lot. As we trek through Rassak, our caravan is stopped at a clearing bordered by a spiny scrub. I proceed toward the commotion only to find Vardan Shah and Furazan having an irate row. I'll have no more of your idiocy, you worthless swain. Vardan Shah stamps his foot in the scrub. You're the one who has whined on this entire journey, squealing, "Are we there yet?" at every crossroads, Furazan retorts. Yeah, come now, you two can make amends, surely. Entourage mediator. Yep, they settle their differences, very good. Okay, he's got 100 now, so you can ransom her. Sultana Nazinian languished in your prison, so I'm a rival of hers now. That's fine. I can vassalize... Who's this guy? Oh. How come you're independent? Culture is now fascinated by the royal prerogative innovation. Hang on. Royal prerogative. But what are we exposed to? Let's finish off Banis. That's what we're currently exposed to. It'll take 12 years. And then once all of these are done, we'll start getting exposed to early medieval ones. Okay, he's accepted. And who's the Duke of... Can usurp the Shardom of Daylam. That'll cost 250. Alright, fine, we'll do that. And Durrani, Makan. Guess I'll grant it to you. Okay. That's fine. Alright, that's all good. Cool, cool, cool. Now we can imprison you for being a kinslayer. And then I'm gonna... Oh, I was visiting him. Ah, that's a bit foolish. Okay. I shouldn't have done it in that order. I should have done it afterwards. Anyway. Skip that one then. Oh well, at least I'll get payment from ransoming him, I suppose. I could have double dipped though, but anyway. And Kotadad isn't home because of a war. So, we're on the last... Oh, we're returning home then. That's the end of the grand tour there. Several peasants gather around me, asking for stories from my life. I think back on what I could tell them, and two stories jump to mind. One, when my son Sharos was born to my acquaintance Mustar, is a lovely memory. I'm pretty sure she cheated on me, and he's not really my son, but anyway. On the other hand, when my holy war against Sultan Hamir ended in victory, is a more awesome tale, likely to inspire loyalty and fervor. Yeah, let's tell the war story. Other people's pastures. Yeah, I could apply some of this back home. Let's give it a try. Successful advice. Very good. Dangerous interests. Every morning since we reached Asamara, my Daster Maziar leaves his litter and silently glides away from my sight. This time I decide to follow his path and find him in a lively chat with the local mufti Ishmael. The ceremony begins and the light of the candles illuminates Ishmael while shadows play against the walls like autumn leaves. Maziar, I call him after the service. What are you doing? My liege, it has just occurred to me that there may be more than one truth. Different faith, religious vassals. Ashari. Firm convictions. This is nonsense. Yeah, nonsense. Okay. There we go, Grand Tour conclusion. Grand Tour has come to an end, control goes up in a bunch of provinces. We get the magnificent liege, vassal limit increase, vassal tax contribution increase, development growth in our capital, 300 dynasty renown, 600 prestige, and bunch of opinion modifiers. That's all good. That is all good. Don't want to ransom you off just yet. Probably not just yet. We have a daughter, Ahu. Call her Soraya. Give her the diplomacy focus. Alright. So, we are back home. And you're, interestingly... can't forcefully vassalize you, can I? Because I don't have that trait. You might be a little big. Could holy war you. Holy war you for Baghdad. Who's ruling the Arabian Empire anyway? It's still my cousin. But if I subjugate it, then I could potentially get all that territory back. Although holy warring would be also very good. Well, we still need more prestige. Sartorial Sting. Gain inadequate host, 77 stress. I'll set it to decent fashion, it's fine. We're making plenty of money anyway. Hold court, grand tournament. Not interested in holding court. I am interested in hosting a grand tournament though. So let's do that. Host a grand tournament. We can host it in Tarsuk, or we can host it in Mazandaran. Let's host it in Mazandaran. We will add ones that we're good at: wrestling and a duel. We'll participate in both. And we don't need mercenary guards or desert warriors. Our goal will be to triumph. We will have luxurious encampments. Tournaments should be more than just sporting events. They should be entire sporting experiences. And splendid prizes. Prize artifacts will be of famed or illustrious rarity. It's going to cost us 1,200. But we'll get a lot of prestige for this. And some good prizes, potentially, if we win, which we should. Fresh-faced and alert, the members of my entourage are eager to get going to the grand tournament competition I am hosting in Mazandaran. We will go there and we will be victorious. Showing our wealth and prestige to all of my esteemed guests isn't such a terrible perk either. Great. Can't do that because I've already done it, which is fine. Okay, cool. Tournament arrival. I've arrived at the tournament, at the site of the tournament here in Mazandaran. Though not all the revelers have yet arrived, throngs of people wander through the colourful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. There is no time to lose. I must begin preparing. I must be the victor at absolutely any cost. Can't wait for it to start. Okay. So we'll go to the tourney grounds once that's open. The tournament is at hand at last. Many have flocked to my grounds in Mazandaran, eager to prove their worth or simply enjoy the spectacle. The sun rises higher in the sky, and the shadows shorten. If I am to compete in the wrestling contest, I must ensure I will qualify. It will soon begin. Okay. Any other things going on here? Let's just ransom her off, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, visit the tourney grounds. Roisterous revelry. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament, to the delight of the attendees. 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of spiced wine. Are we getcha for dat, ye scullion? One sputters drunkenly, limply throwing a stick at his neighbor. Kirkir Amas, I'm sorry. The victim covers his face, deflecting the attack. Help me, Moriah. I'll just call him Murray. Help me, Murray. You're on your own there, Farhad, the last one exclaims, downing an entire mug in one big gulp. So, 10% I get drunk, 20% they share some tricks, 70% nothing happens but I have a good time. They are blind drunk, it should be trivial to rile them up, so they can get wounded. Or I can just get prestige. I'll just get the prestige. That was not a very useful event. Commander promoted? No, I don't think so. Okay, and we'll go to the artisan quarters now. As I prepare for my upcoming match, I spot Banabsh and Satyavai of Karenid hailing me by waving a handkerchief around, offering me her favour. I feel fortunate to have earned her support and affection, and to take this favour would signify my interest in her in the realm of courtship and chivalry. Have a match to focus on, or I can gain favour of a lady, renown and attraction opinion. Yeah, sure. She starts a romance scheme against me. Oh, that's cool. Declaration of love. I am walking the gardens with some of the lords at court when I notice my wife approaching. I step aside to let her pass, but to my great surprise she blocks my path and kneels before me. Before I have time to properly process this turn of events, Satyavai begins to sing. I quickly recognize the tune. It is a famous Dalamite love ballad. I've heard it performed countless times, but never with such skill and passion. The intense emotions of the song are mirrored in Satyavai's gaze, which is set on me. She does not look away for a single heartbeat. You flatter me, my lady. Okay, and we'll go... Let's go to the tourney grounds again. A new hire. Squires laugh and joke while they polish helms and mail. One of them snorts so hard it sounds like a pig, and the rest soon imitate him. Their Aswaran loiter nearby. Among these I spot Pujman, Marzaban Kodadad's counsellor. His skills have been greatly praised, and his name resonates as one of the possible victors. I could convince him to join my council. And he's not that good. Could intimidate him. Or persuade him. No, I don't wish to offend Kodadad. Go to the artisan quarters again. Tailor, erroneous escutcheon. Browsing the wares on display in the tailor's shop, I spy a carefully wrapped package among the piles of garments and sundries. The tailor happily opens it for me, carefully untying the leather bindings to reveal an exquisitely embroidered crest, the Ardalanid crest. Do me a favour and burn this, would you? Or I'll take these but no word of it. Or I get the Karenid crest. Yeah, give me a Karenid one. Alright, I think the round will start before I can go again. That's fine. My wife's pregnant. Very good. Wrestling contest begins. Arrayed around the sand, shirtless contestants warm up for their bouts as the herald announces the contest's commencement. Some of the competitors rub dirt onto themselves, others opt for oils, all looking for a scant advantage in the coming bouts. The wrestling qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. A newcomer called Iskander, famed in his locality, has arrived, seeking to make a name for himself. For my first bout, I have been paired against my fellow contestant, Merab. Yep, I'm ready. I vowed to myself I would win a contest in this tournament, and I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing the prize of the wrestling competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same if they only had the idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. No, this is no way to win. As I disengage from a brief clinch with Merab, I catch him by surprise and grab him by the neck. Completely unprepared, Merab's neck audibly cracks from the impact, the force causing him to scream in panic. The crowd erupts, but the raucous cheers quickly die down to whispered confusion as I loosen my grasp. The moment my arm had made contact, a sickening pop signaled that all was not well, and the pain juddering through my finger confirmed some manner of dislocation. Merab is still gathering themselves. If I react quickly, perhaps. Attempt to pop the finger back into its joint. If I favour my other hand, I might still be able to win this. Dislocated finger. I'm injured, I must concede. No, I mean, let's give it a try. Oh, that didn't help at all. Ew. The crowd bays for blood as I stagger forward to confront my opponent again. I cuff away a red rivulet from my forehead and consider the fight so far, musing about when my finger popped out of its socket. I am losing, and by a fair margin. The path to victory is narrow, but it's still possible. So prowess and martial, which I'm good at. He's also reasonably good at. Prowess and diplomacy, which I'm good at, but he's also good at. 60, 64. I'll have to try it 64. It's got the best chance. Come, let us lock up as warriors. Oh, I think we won. Because it went up to 100. But that's by the skin of our teeth. Yeah, we did win. Okay, a hand on their shoulder, a deft trip, and an almighty heave. We crash to the floor. All sound is laboured, breathing, and farther away, the roar of the crowd. I scramble on top of my adversary, straining to press home my advantage. Moments later, I manage to catch Merab off guard. I don't waste the opportunity, grabbing him about the waist and throwing him with all might towards the edges, where he sprawls out of the ring. The judges call an end. I have won. Cool. So, quarterfinals are over, and we're now in the semi-finals. I'm going up against Vijay Tashimha. He's got decent prowess and decent martial. Let's see. Cuffing some dirt away from my eyes, I steady myself as the hoots and hollers of the crowd rain down around me. He's a little way away, the pair of us having disengaged briefly to catch our respective breath. The baying of the spectators quietens as we begin to circle each other slowly. One wrong move could end this fight in an instant. His eyes narrow almost imperceptibly. As we circle, I notice a small puff of dust being thrown up under Vijay Shah's right foot every time he takes a step. It's almost like he's limping slightly. 64% chance he's injured. Oh, he was bluffing. Bastard. Alright. Come, let us lock up as warriors. Okay, we managed to win that again, I think. By the skin of our teeth. Great. Moments later, I manage to catch him off guard. I make my move, pinning him soundly, holding him tightly in place as he struggles in vain to escape. The judges call an end. I have won. Okay. Ferrodin is through to the finals. Okay. That's our vassal. Also of House Karenid. 14 prowess. It is only proper. No, I can do this. Throw the dirt in his face. Or target his legs. My score could increase greatly. Or could increase moderately. Let's increase it moderately. Feridun and I are on the ground, straining against each other. An arm hold pulls me into a disadvantaged position, and suddenly Feridun is on top of me and working to secure a victory. The dusty ground shifts beneath our tensing bodies, my opponent's face brushing along it as he attempts to pin me to the ground. My free hand, grasping for any kind of leverage, unconsciously closes around the dirt, leaving me with a fistful of grime. His face is close to my hand. So close. Yep. And yeah, let us lock up as warriors. There we go. Won the wrestling tournament, I believe. Yep, he sprawls out of the ring. Great. Trumpets sound. The crowd clamours. Competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over, and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all else, truly spirited competition, Anushirvan beat Feridun in the final, and is the winner. Truly, there are none in Khorasan that can match my skill. I've proven my worthiness beyond doubt. We get Accomplished Grappler, which gives a big health boost. Cool. And let's go to the tourney grounds. A strongman show. Lively noises make me discover an improvised arena set up by the local peasants, where two burly wrestlers are putting on a show. They trade blows, weave, duck, and circle each other until one of them makes a daring move. I call this one the Drunk Knot, he screams, before lifting his opponent and slamming him into the ground, making him yield immediately. Kirkir the impressive and delightful, victorious yet again. The victor gloats. I can study their technique. Yeah, let's study their techniques. Score increases moderately. Cool, okay. Then we'll go to the artisan quarters. Did we not get an event from that? Guess not. Let's try that again. Okay. Just not getting the event popping up. Fair enough, whatever. Duel contest. Contestants march onto the field, taking their places around the sparring quad as the herald announces the contest commencement. The squared-off ring is being looked over in the background, rattled and shaken to ensure no give should a contestant crash into it. The duel qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. Alright, so I'm going up against Vijitasimha. Thunk! My body thuds into the wooden wall at the edge of the arena. Vijitasimha having bodily hurled me there with a snarl. No sooner has he done so than his face morphs into a smug smile, and to my astonishment he turns away from me completely. Raising his arms to the baying crowd, he curls his arms up and flexes in the imitation of a travelling strongman. The cheers from the crowd redouble. Those fickle peasants are eating it up. No, this is what a real man looks like. 75 prestige, because I'm strong, so... Duel riposte. A screeching chorus of metal on metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths, sparks glittering as they fall to the ground. I look for advantages, thinking back to when my opponent paused to play to the crowd. I am winning this fight by some margin. I just need to hold it together for a few moments more. We advance upon each other once more. We are both battered, both tired, and there can be only one winner. Yeah, what are you, scared? Goad him into attacking me, I guess. Seems to have worked. My weary thrust goes wide, my opponent contemptuously not even bothering to weave out of its inaccurate attempt. Instead, I find myself instantly on the defensive, parrying blow after blow without being able to answer with any of my own. I backpedal desperately, weaving and dodging, anything to stay in the fight. I sense a win, and rush to claim it before Vijitasimha recovers. He withers under my flurrying blows, barely keeping form with his guards, until at last he steps away, yielding. The judge calls an end. I have won. Cool. And we're now in the semi-finals against Saltuk Ozan. Time slows as Saltuk's sword arcs in overhead, blades singing through the air. It is no insignificant blow. If I stay where I am, it will do me more than enough damage. The matter should be a simple one, as such a wild attack leaves its instigator open to a counter. But there lies a nagging feeling at the back of my mind. The grimace snarl Saltuk had as he launched the blow was understandable given the effort, but I fancied the tiniest glimmer of satisfaction in it. His eyes, too, almost seemed to dart towards my side as he sets up the move. Is this all a feint? The blow nears me. It is time to act. So, 50% chance he is bluffing, and I'd rather block than chance an encounter. 90% chance my block succeeds. Yeah, let's block. Block succeeds, very good. I look for advantages, thinking back to when I had to choose between a counter and a block against my aggressive opponent. I am winning this fight by some margin. I just need to hold it together for a few moments more. We advance upon each other once more. We're both battered, both tired, and there can be only one winner. Yeah, what are you, scared? Works every time. 60% of the time it works every time. 66% of the time. Cool, alright. We've won that one. And now we're in the final against Iskander. It happens in a split second. As our blades clash thunderously, the hilt of Iskander's weapon slips past, smacking off the back of my sword hand. Reeling backwards to gain some space, I clutch at my hand with my free one, sword held limply in front of me. The throbbing pain radiates up my arm as I wriggle my fingers curiously. It appears to not be heavily damaged, if it is at all, but inspection is tricky as I weave backwards to avoid a blow from the advancing Iskander. He grins, clearly seeing an advantage, and sails another blow just past my flank. I can't simply dodge forever. My hand will need to be dealt with one way or another. Time to see if those offhand lessons paid off. Whatever happens, I do not back down. There's only one thing for it. And be sinister. Let's give it a try. Ploy succeeds, very good. Gain ambidextrous for 25 years. An aspiring blade master trade experience gain. Cool. Thinking back to when I saw an opportunity to use my other hand during the duel. And yeah, again. What are you, scared? Instantly they lose. I just imagine my character going, "What are you, chicken?" Walk, 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 walk. A sonorous blow rings out as my weapon glances off a helmet, my opponent staggering backwards in a daze. I follow up quickly, a swiped feint left, a hammering blow right. I advance as my adversary backpedals desperately, my sword barely being deflected by the barest of margins. I sense a win, and rush to claim it before Iskander recovers. Yada yada yada, and I win. Cool. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamours, competitors begin to assemble, the contest is over, and I have won. Truly there are none in Khorasan that can match my skill. So I get 150 prestige, 40 gold, gifted duelist for 5 years, and I get a prize at the end of all this, which is good. Grand tournament conclusion, we won the prize necklace. Nice. Prestige plus 0.07, Knight effectiveness plus 12%, Befriend, Scheme Power, and we also got the prize urn, which is a pedestal item. That's not bad, actually. Sun comes down on the final day of the tournament and the massed crowds begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating over the results. I was an indomitable opponent and took first place in the wrestling. My superiority with the blade had me take home the prize in the duel, and I fulfilled my goal of winning a contest. I look forward to the next one. And yeah, perhaps a few words, given I am the host. I get an extra bit of prestige for all of that, and now my fame is widely known. We are exalted among men, and I get another martial lifestyle perk as well. And that's the end of the tournament. All good, and we go back to Hiram. And we can equip something. What should we unequip? Guess we unequip that one. And we'll equip the prize necklace instead. And as for the royal court, the pedestal items, disease resistance, prestige, stress gain. What was the pedestal item we won? It was the famed 0.07, 8%, 6 court grandeur bonus. I think it's better to have the prize earn. Rather than the recommended drinking vessel. The prize earn just has some better bonuses, I think. Anyway, sure we'll find something better at some point. So we can make all these decisions, found a new empire, Iranian resurgence. We don't have to do any of that just yet. We're going to get envelopment for the men-at-arms counter efficiency. And we can now declare that subjugation war. But maybe first let's declare a quick holy war on you. Why do you have so many troops? Oh, okay, you've got allies with the Baghdad. Alright, well maybe what I'll do then is declare a holy war on you first. Yeah, you've also got a lot of troops. But I'll at least get the Duchy of Baghdad. Or should I get Duchy Sheikdom of Wasit? You're not at war. Maybe I should holy war for this duchy. To get rid of and then usurp the title so that they all split. I think that's probably prudent. That's probably prudent. Anyway, we will do that. We will do that, but we will do that. Cool, I can hire them when I'm at war. We'll do that in the next episode. For now, I'll leave it there. I think that was a pretty good outcome. We did a reasonably successful grand tour. We had a good grand tournament there, which we won, and got some good artifacts from that. So next episode, I think we'll do some holy wars against these independent rulers, and then a subjugation war against the Arabian Empire as a whole. And that might be sufficient then to end the Iranian intermezzo. So I'll catch you all then. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.